This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hey, happy holidays. Welcome to Tuesday. I'm Dalby. And this is the second of 8 bonus episodes of the BaDPod to get you through our holiday off time. Looking back on some of our favorite moments of 2025 or Season 5 of the Brock and Dalby Show. During the show, we like to bring you the headlines the newsroom doesn't always cover with what we call Sorta Kinda news. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's weird, but it's almost always news. Mostly. Here's some of 2025's best stories.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's nothing worse than texting the wrong person, right?
It's definitely got some consequences to it.
A Florida woman was arrested after accidentally texting a police officer instead of her drug dealer. She sent a text looking to purchase some fentanyl before she left town for a little trip.
Jesus.
And then she thought she was texting a drug dealer, but it turned out she texted a narcotics investigator with the sheriff's office.
Dude.
Of course, it is a Florida woman. The investigator began communicating with her and went undercover, setting up the sale, told her to meet him at a gas station, and then when she met there, instead she was met with the authorities.
First of all, I feel like if you're going to commit your order for anything illegal to text, you gotta be real careful about the number you're typing in to send that text message to.
This is why you always gotta save a contact, you know?
Like, you can't just be on the fly being like, oh, I think it is 604, whatever. Like, no, unacceptable.
This is a life lesson. Drugs are bad, and also save the numbers in your phone.
That's the takeaway here today.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A Starbucks employee was attacked by a customer's pet monkey in Alabama.
An Alabama pet monkey?
Yes. A Starbucks employee was working the drive-thru when all of a sudden a monkey jumped inside through a customer's vehicle.
Jesus.
Bit the lady working at the drive-thru, jumped back into the car, and the car took off.
It was a hit and run.
It was a bite and run, yeah.
Like, oh my God. First of all, if your pet bites somebody, like, you are screwed at that point. You should have to pay pretty significant damages.
Yeah, I mean, the craziest part about the story is they never caught the lady yet.
What?
Yeah.
All the cameras that they have at a Starbucks and the drive-thru and all this other stuff, we don't know where this woman and her monkey are on the run?
I mean, you also got to think that in a town where a lady has a monkey, everybody knows who the lady with the monkey is.
Oh, that's old Miss Johansson. She's the chick with the monkey, right? Like, how many could there be?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I'm going to put the Jeopardy music on here for you
I
real
always
quick.
get these wrong.
Are you ready?
Okay.
A Florida deputy has resigned after crashing his patrol vehicle while doing what while driving?
Meth.
Not meth.
Is it drugs?
No
drugs. Is it drugs? Oh, okay. So he's driving. He crashes his car. He was doing something Floridian. I will say, just on his phone?
He was on his phone.
Oh, okay.
He was watching porn. Florida deputy resigns after crashing patrol vehicle while watching adult videos.
Oh, no.
Check this out. The deputy rear-ended a vehicle that had stopped due to a school bus that had activated the lights.
So school bus puts the stop sign out. Dutiful citizen goes, oh, I don't want to hit a kid. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, porn-watching cop is like, yeehaw!
Apparently, he did try to claim that his brakes malfunctioned due to recent speed calibrations. But, of course, they've got cameras all in the car now.
Oh, no.
Upon reviewing dash camera footage and the body cam as well, investigators were able to realize that he was holding a cell phone in his right hand moments before the crash.
Tell me his left hand was on the wheel.
His left hand was on the wheel.
Okay, that's everything else can be funny again. If his left hand wasn't on the wheel, this is way worse.
He tried to claim that he was looking at work-related text messages. Then when they did a deep dive on his phone, it turned out that was not what he was looking at.
Kudos to him for trying to lie at every possible intersection and getting busted for it.
Headline should have been Florida man caught on his beat. That's...
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Snoop Dogg hosted the NFL Honors Awards last night and absolutely crushed it. And he had some great jokes.
Because I've been a football fan for a long, long time. I mean, I remember back when the Cowboys was good. I remember back when the Chiefs was bad. And I remember Bill Belichick's girlfriend wasn't even born yet.
Yo!
For those who aren't football fans, Bill Belichick, former coach of the Patriots, is 72 years old, and he's currently dating a 24-year-old right now.
God damn, man.
48-year gap in between. They're sitting like front row. Her face, her jaw like drops.
I mean, the thing is it might have been hard because when you see, like, Snoop Dogg's been doing a lot of the roast stuff. He's Uncle Snoop. It's easy to take, like, what he's saying with, like, a jokey grain of salt. She's young enough to maybe not know who he is. So.
Valid point. Some people say age is just a number, but what do they talk about? Do you think they just sit and watch TikToks together?
Do you think he criticizes her, like, when she does stuff, he starts coaching her?
Yeah, right?
I need to see a little more hustle in the kitchen.
It's got to be super weird when he meets her dad and they're the same age.
I would go ahead and bet if she's 24... he's older than her dad.
True, yeah.
He's playing bridge with her grandfather.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I don't think this is any news to anyone, but Colombia is the world's biggest cocaine producer and exporter.
Yes.
Well, the president of Colombia is saying that they should legalize the drug. He says that he's had scientists analyze it, and he says it's no worse than whiskey. And he says... that the cocaine industry could easily be dismantled if the drug were legalized worldwide. And he claims that due to all the fentanyl issues, if they let Colombia become the main exporter of the drug worldwide, it would not be a problem.
I mean, to be fair, and I'm not saying let's legalize coke here, all right? That's not, but I get it from his perspective. Basically, the thing that his country has the most of, they could make so much money if they were legally allowed to export this worldwide. It's like here in Canada, like we always talk about, like we have all this oil. What are we supposed to do with it? That's their oil. It's just white and powdery instead of black and bubbly.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's obviously not going to happen. No other government is going to be like, man makes a good point. Let's all do cocaine. But from his perspective, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
We should not do it. Again, to be super clear. But I get it.
Yeah. I mean, comparing it to whiskey is a bold comparison, I feel like.
I mean, listen, man, I've seen some people get into the whiskey. I have to imagine that's what a cocaine rage looks like.
I've seen people get into both.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Yesterday marked 29 years of the toonie.
Wow, really?
Yeah, as of yesterday, it's been 29 years since the toonie has been a thing. And I didn't know it had been around that long, but also it doesn't feel like it's been around that long.
No, well, you know what? Now that I think of it, I can remember the first toonie that I saw. up in Hay River in the Northwest Territories, we had a guy whose dad owned an airline up north, so he would go to Edmonton a lot with his dad on like flights and stuff
And
like
the
that.
whole town gathered around to see the new coin.
He brought a toonie into school one Monday, and everybody was like mind blown at this thing, and then someone offered him $20 for it. And you know what the worst part is? He didn't take the deal.
When I was a kid, we went to Cleveland, Ohio, and we were getting off the highway, and there was like this homeless guy that was standing there, and he was like, my window was down. He's like, he leaned right in, and he's like, you guys got any change?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. And my dad like reached in his cup holder and just like threw some change at him.
Sure.
And the guy holds it up, and he's like, what is this? My dad's like, that's a toonie. He's like, if you pop out the middle part,
No.
it's an extra $1.
Don't do that to the guy.
My dad drove around the block as we watched this guy trying to pop it out with his thumbs. Anyways, happy birthday to the toonie.
I wonder if that guy ever pulled it off.
I do too, actually.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You can now go full Walt Disney and freeze your body and hopefully wake up in the future. There's a company based out of Berlin called Tomorrow Bio that is offering what they call cryopreservation services for around $200,000. They promise that they will freeze your body and will wake you up in the future.
Here's the thing. Who's to say that they don't take your money and then just let you die?
It's crazy. They have 600 people enrolled already, but like, I mean, if the company goes bankrupt, what are they going to do with these freezers?
Never mind if the company goes bankrupt. What happens if the power goes out for a while?
Yeah, dude.
What happens if a storm comes through and they burn through their backup generator and they're just like, you ever have meat in the freezer when the power goes out?
Yeah.
What do you do with 600 human bodies?
Do you just let them thaw out? Is
Well,
that
it's at some point,
throw them in the sink with a little water?
run to the Circle K and buy bags of ice?
It's crazy how like almost every sci-fi movie is slowly becoming our reality.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Conor McGregor has sent out a formal warning to anyone who's planning to go see Limp Bizkit in Ireland today. He posted on his Instagram and said, who's going to Limp Bizkit in Ireland tomorrow? I'll be bang in the center of the mosh pit if anyone's looking for their jaw broke and their teeth sent. Imagine running into Conor McGregor in the mosh pit.
Absolutely not. Not a chance in hell that I would try. Well, actually, you know what? If I thought I saw a clear path, I might take a run at him.
Why?
I might take a run at him.
That guy's going to be zooted out of his mind.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not running at him from the front. It's coward behavior. But if I could like give him a little tap in the back and then disappear into the crowd, that'd be great.
This is the worst kind of guy to be in a mosh pit.
Oh, 100%. This is exactly the guy in the mosh pit that makes you go, oh, maybe I don't mosh today.
Although then again, I mean, if he swings on you, there could be a good paycheck coming your way.
I don't know, because I think the whole thing is like there's an expectation in a mosh pit, right? So I think you'd be hard-pressed to call it assault when he's just dancing.
I don't know. That dude at that bar that he punched got paid out pretty good.
That dude was sitting at a bar, though.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did you know Volkswagen sells sausages?
You know, I can safely say I don't think I had that knowledge.
Apparently, a couple of years ago, Volkswagen started to actually sell their own bratwurst, or rather currywurst.
Okay.
And they made a huge announcement saying in 2024 that they sold over 8.5 million sausages.
Wow. I mean, I don't have like a global market idea of what a successful sausage company looks like, but that sounds like a lot of meat.
Look at this packaging. It just has the Volkswagen logo on it. I don't know if I trust it, though.
Wouldn't that be a turnoff if you went into the meat aisle and saw a big VW?
No pun intended. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I would just have assumed if any of the companies that make vehicles was going to do it, I think it would be Yamaha.
Yeah?
Yamaha makes everything. I'm surprised they don't make hot dogs.
Now, based on the whole emissions scandal thing that Volkswagen had a few years ago, what do you think burns cleaner, a VW Bug or a VW sausage?
I did hear they reportedly use cows and pigs that produce less emissions than other cows and pigs.
Just
so
saving the world one link at a time.
I want to try a Volkswiener now.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This might be the most annoying world record of all time. There is a guy in Nashville, Tennessee that is looking to break the world record for most people playing the kazoo at one time. He is looking for 5,000 people to gather in Nashville, Tennessee to all play Row, Row Your Boat to break the world record.
Listen, if no one else is willing to say it, I'm going to go ahead and be the one to say it. 5,000 people playing the kazoo in one place is domestic terrorism and should be prosecuted as such.
Now, there isn't even a world record for this.
So he could get like 10 people and call it a
Just
day.
needs anyone to show up.
Also, is it a bring your own kazoo situation? Have kazoo will travel? Looking for some hired clowns?
Apparently, the guy says he has been chasing a musical dream like this for over 20 years.
That's sad. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not trying to be mean, but if that's your life's dream, my brother, dream bigger.
I don't know what kids need to hear this, but sometimes chasing your dreams isn't all what they're made out to be, you know?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
According to a new study, they say that smelling a romantic partner's scent, even through worn clothes, can reduce stress and feelings of loneliness. Now, I wonder, does this also go for, like, stinky clothes? Like, if you got a man that works in the trades...
Right.
You got some real stank on him. Do you just smell the high vis or something? You're like,
see, I think the thing is I think it's not necessarily whether it's good or bad. It's if that smell reminds you of that person. So if you're with somebody like my girlfriend wears very nice scents, when I smell them, I'm like, I think of her. If you are with somebody who constantly smells like diesel, then maybe, stopping by a gas station might bring up that feeling of like, oh, I miss him.
Is that why when I go to Home Depot, I think of my dad still?
Honestly, it could be, yeah. Well, it's either that or the fact that there's no one around to help you reminds you of the divorce.
When you smell milk, does it remind you of your dad?
He never came home with it.
Oh, true.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There is a startup that is going to launch the first ever live sperm races. Yes, they're going to have a microscopic racetrack, and they will have two samples compete on the track itself. They say it mimics a reproductive system, so basically, first one to the finish line wins.
Right, yeah. Which begs the question, like, obviously the competitors have to provide the sample for the race. What happens if a competitor is, like, too stressed out, had a tough day? And, like, do you win by default? Is there no shows in this sport?
I mean, it's no different than any other race. If you're having a bad day and you look over and you see Usain Bolt, you might be like, I'm going to lose today.
The tough part is finding out that I retired from a sport I didn't even know existed yet. Damn this vasectomy.
You should have put some on ice, dude.
I could have been a contender.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A wild story coming out of Disneyland as apparently a Canadian man was arrested after stripping naked and climbing on top of a restaurant. They actually had to close down part of the park to get this guy out of there.
Yeah, no longer the happiest place on earth, I'll tell you that right now.
Now, the only thing that bugs me is I saw this article for the past couple of days, and I've been trying to research it and find more details about the guy itself. But every headline is coming from the States, and it keeps saying, a Canadian man gets naked. A Canadian man on drugs gets naked at Disneyland. But there's no actual information of a name or a thing. And I'm starting to think that this might be U.S. news propaganda.
Ooh, a false flag?
They're trying to make us seem like we are crazy.
Right, yeah.
And that we're intruding on their properties.
I mean, meanwhile, all the statistics show that Canadians aren't going to the States anymore. The governor of California is like begging Canadians to come down on trips. And now you're going to tell me all of a sudden a random Canadian showed up at Disney World and got naked?
If he is a Canadian, I will say I saw the uncensored video.
Yeah.
Canadians packing some heat. We don't need guns. Just saying.
We're already armed.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, this is a new color. They call it Olo, and scientists say this shade is the closest they've ever come to a true new color that nobody has ever seen before. And now, I can see your face looking at this. Have you ever seen this color before?
My brother, that's green.
That's
That's just green.
It's like teal. If you've ever looked at the Northern Lights.
Yeah, that's it. The audacity to try and gaslight us into believing they have discovered something new. What
It's
the hell?
literally a brighter teal. Dude, if you go to Newfoundland, there's 1 million houses on George Street painted this color.
This exact brand of paint
Yeah.
from paint stores all across this country. That's just green. with more steps.
I don't know why this is such a big deal. I kept seeing this on the internet, and like the University of Berkeley is all proud of making this advancement in technology to create a new color. Brother, you can go on Paint and find.
You give me 5 minutes in Photoshop right now, I get that color like that. Not a problem.
I just feel like scientists are doing just about everything except finding a cure for cancer nowadays.
What if we found a new color? All right, sure, let's put millions of dollars into it.
Maybe we're wrong.
I mean, sure, but probably not.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a small town in Turkey of around 25,000 people who mistakenly got stoned the other day because, well, the police were clearing out the evidence locker. They had 20 tons of weed that they just decided, well, we don't know what to do with this. We're going to burn it. And they ended up getting a small town just absolutely ripped.
You just know that there was one guy on the force that, like, privately smokes in his own home that was like, guys, what if we just set it all on fire?
I do love, in the article, it says that residents experience symptoms of intoxication, including dizziness, nausea, and hallucinations.
Residents also experience symptoms of being pretty friggin' cool.
It was the chillest day that town ever saw.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a bra company called Skims that is going viral right now because they're making a push-up bra that has fake nipple piercings on it. Have a little look-see at this here.
So the idea is you put this bra on, then you put your shirt on.
You can see the piercings.
And it makes it look like you have pierced nipples. This is nipple piercing stolen valor.
Yeah. I don't know who asked for this. They also apparently sell bras that have nipples on them to make it look like you're not wearing a bra.
To make it look like it's cold in here?
Yeah.
The real question is, do they have, because I've heard of Skims before. Like, I know what and they do, like, men's, like, sack style underwear and stuff like that. Do you think that they have a piercing version for men? Do you think they have, in case you're wearing...
Well, thinking about it now, you know, you always hear about the push-up bra. How come there's, like, not hog-up pants or, like...
Push-out pants?
Yeah.
Push-out boxers?
Yeah. It doesn't seem fair. We live in the year 2025 where everything's supposed to be equal.
Where's my bulge briefs?
Yeah, where's your gray sweats that give you a little bit extra? You know, we've got the Dockers anti-stain pants, but what we really need is the pump-ups.
I mean, these sweats are kind of gray, but they're not really doing anything.
Yeah, we need to get the Reebok pump like little button in there for you, bud.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a woman in China who wanted to get revenge on her ex after finding out that he cheated on her.
Bastard.
So what she did was she sent him 1,000 kilograms of onions to his home.
That's so many onions.
The quote when she was interviewed, she said, "I cried for 3 days. Now it's his turn."
And the thing about it is you only cry on the onions if you start chopping.
Yeah.
Is this guy going to just head out back and start cutting up 1,000 kilograms?
I mean, like, it sounds like she's still not over it.
Yeah, well, definitely lingering. How much does 1,000 kilograms of onions
I mean,
cost?
I don't know if China's got cheaper grocery prices than us, but, like, that's not the way to get back at your ex.
That's a very expensive prank that ends with him just going like, okay, well, I guess I have onions now.
Yeah.
This is a Brock and Dalby podcast exclusive.
Back to the Sorta Kinda news in a second, but you also came here looking for a code word to enter on the free Seeker app for our 65-inch TV giveaway, so here it is. Today's code word is holidays, with an S on the end. Holidays. Enter it on the contest page on the Seeker app, and you could be the big winner. And come back for more code words from all our best of episodes this holiday season.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Scientists are saying that humans could become immortal as early as 2030 due to all the AI technology and like nanotechnology right now. They're saying that reverse aging could become a thing in the next 5 years.
Thanks, I hate it. I don't want that. That sounds awful.
I don't want to live like that long. So,
Careful.
No, like I don't want to live that. Like, you know, like I watched my grandpa like deteriorate last year.
Go through it, yeah.
You know, he was like 80-something years old, and like he full on said to me, he's like, "All my friends are dead. Like, I got nothing going on. Like this all sucks."
I mean, if the nanobots could like undo some of the damage, like you said, like with de-aging, and then I guess your friends and family would still be around. But again, even in that most ideal scenario where now we're all living forever, There are already 8 billion plus people on the planet, and now nobody's dying? We better figure out Mars pretty quick.
Yeah. Everybody better be getting vasectomies at least.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A Colombian farmer stumbled upon $600 million buried while digging an irrigation trench on his family's ranch.
Like cash?
Yeah, and they're saying the fortune is believed to be part of Pablo Escobar's infamous $30 billion stash, which is apparently all over Colombia.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, he just like found it out there. It was in these like blue kind of barrels. Contacted the authorities like a fool.
That's first mistake, right off the bat.
Doesn't get to keep a single dime because apparently the country says that they want to put it back into the economy.
Well, you can't, it's crime money, right? Allegedly.
Sure, but if you find $600 million...
No, you didn't.
You found $550 million.
You didn't find squat. You found 6 empty barrels buried in your yard, and you sue a local oil company and blame them for it.
I just, I don't know if that makes me a bad person, but I feel like you gotta pocket like a little bit. It's not like finding someone's wallet where you're like, oh, there's $20 in here. Like, no, you give that back.
You live in Colombia. You know damn well where that money came from. You know that it's drug money. You don't need to give it back to anybody. That's your money.
The only reason I say that you got to give like a little bit back because I feel like it's a small enough place and people talk where they'd be like, hey, like, Dalby ran into a bunch of money there. Where do you think he got it from?
I'll tell you right now, brother, if I find $600 million buried into my property...
You're probably leaving Colombia.
You'll never see me again. There's no gossip to be had. Did you hear Dalby disappeared one day?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, scientists are planning to melt ice that they found that is 1.5 million years old to learn more about climate change.
Hey, handshakes. It's nice knowing you. We are definitely all going to die.
I just feel like that's the beginning of every zombie movie, is it not?
It's you are either going to unlock a super virus that our bodies cannot handle, you are going to release the spirit of some sort of demon hell-bent on taking over the earth. Whatever's 1.5 million years old inside a block of ice is almost certainly best left there.
Yeah.
We are not going to learn anything about climate change that we will not immediately undo by releasing demons.
If it's not diseases, it's usually melting like some sort of alien ship or like a Decepticon or something like that.
Okay, now listen, because now you kind of got me the other way. If this leads to real-life Transformers, then I am, of course, very much more interested.
There also is some huge irony in melting ice to find out about global warming.
The polar ice caps are melting on a daily basis, according to scientists, so let's speed it up.
Although, imagine being able to use that ice for a drink.
That would be tasty ice.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Chuck E. Cheese himself was arrested in Tallahassee, Florida on credit card fraud.
Charles Entertainment Cheese himself?
Well, a guy at least wearing the Chuck E. Cheese suit at the place got arrested by police. Look at these photos.
Oh, they wouldn't even let him take the head
They went
off.
into the Chuck E. Cheese while he was in there, like, entertaining the kids and whatnot, in the full mascot suit. They brought him out in handcuffs, didn't even bother to have him take the suit off. He has been charged with felony credit card theft, criminal use of personal identification, and a fraudulent use of a credit card over 2 times and over $100.
I'm not laughing at his crimes. That sucks that he did that. I hope that this person faces... But think about how traumatizing for the kids,
Oh, my
man.
God.
And the cops bust in there. All right, get the mouse on the ground.
Yeah.
They took him out in handcuffs.
I don't know if it's the cops didn't want to, like, scare the kids by taking off the mascot head, which I know, like, does freak some kids out when they see that stuff.
Take him to the back. There's a change room.
But then at the same time, if you're a parent and you've been spending a lot of money at Chuck E. Cheese...
This is it.
If your kid is now terrified of Charles Entertainment Cheese, this is a win-win for you.
We can't go to Chuck E. Cheese for your birthday, Timmy. We do not support crime in
We
this
cannot
family.
trust that rat anymore.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, some scientists have been messing around with snails and have determined that snails have a better memory when they are on meth.
Sorry. Let me just to clarify, snails, the little slow animals, have better memories when given methamphetamine.
Yes, new research has found that methamphetamine improves snails' long-term memories and also prevents them from forgetting already learned ones.
I guess I have two questions. One, how do you test a snail's memory? And two, maybe more importantly, who thought of this?
Who's funding this?
Who was looking at snails one day and was like, hey, have we ever tried to give them meth before? Just to see what it would do?
They claim that they are testing it to explain how amphetamines improve human memory and why it's so hard to break addiction.
Oh, so we start with snails and eventually we work up to everyone being on meth?
But it also kind of feels like it could have just been some scientist who had a bunch of meth and his boss was like, what are you doing? And he's like, testing it on snails.
Now he's living the lie. He's in too deep. He can't quit now. He's got to prove something.
Just peeking through the blinds.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump met out in Alaska for the Alaska Summit there. But apparently, the whole time that Vladimir Putin was there, his bodyguards were carrying a poop suitcase.
Sorry. Clarify.
Oh,
you say poop suitcase, and I think suitcase made of feces.
Well, a suitcase filled with it, at least.
Somehow worse.
Basically, what they were doing is he had security guards with him, as he always does, but he had special security guards that if he took a number 2 in the toilet,
right,
allegedly, they were picking it up and putting it in this suitcase the entire trip
sample.
Because they didn't want foreign powers obtaining information about his health.
I understand. I've seen many medical studies that say, like, an examination of your feces can really tell you things about the body
for sure,
that you never knew. But, like, what is it that we would hope to find out about Vladimir Putin that we don't already know from his... Like, how would we use that information?
I don't know, and this is all alleged, but I guess these security guards, they took it all back to Russia with them so no one can...
to be disposed of
Is
properly.
That a checked bag? Is that a carry-on? Imagine seeing that go through the scanner at the airport.
I think if you've got a man whose sole purpose in life is to collect the scat of the president of your country... There's no way that you check that under the plane. Not a chance.
So, it's Monday. You're back at work. If you think your job's crappy...
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, there is an ice cream company in New York City that has been putting signs up all throughout the city looking for people to taste test their ice cream, and you'll never believe what flavor it is. Breast milk.
Really?
Yes.
Now, hang on. Sorry. Did you specify it's the flavor or the base?
That's the thing. It is just flavored is breast milk.
Okay.
There is apparently no breast milk in the ice cream itself.
I'm trying to figure out which is worse. For like, I want to eat breast milk ice cream. Because there are people who will tell you, and I mean, obviously, it's somewhat true. There's a lot of nutrients in breast milk. That's
sure.
It's for feeding and raising children. So there's an argument that people will make that, like, I want breast milk because it's really good for me. But if you're just in it for the flavor, does that say something?
Yeah, the flavor makes it a little bit more weird. But then at the same point, if it was actual breast milk, like, how are they doing that? Do they have, like, a bunch of ladies set up, like, how cows are in farms?
Right. Is there someone going through the milking process at that point? To help make
How would
the
you
ice
get paid
cream?
at that point? Do you like have to fill a quota?
Right. You're being paid per bucket.
There's really not a good way to look at it. Either way, it's weird. But
every situation involving breast milk ice cream is probably questionable. But I do think just the flavoring is also weird.
I mean, it would be funny if they did like the old Coke versus Pepsi kind of test, and they're like, here's like your Ben and Jerry's. Here's breast milk. Which one did you think was better?
Oh, no. That's the real stuff. That's the breast milk for sure.
Dude, if you're testing ice cream and going, I know which one you like better already.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Burning Man Festival is going down in the desert there.
Oh, yeah.
But something bad happened.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, the infamous Burning Man Festival's Orgy Dome has been destroyed by a dust storm.
Sorry, one more time?
there's apparently a thing called the Orgy Dome.
As I say, you called it the famous. I have never heard of this.
That's what the article says. I mean, I don't think we're in those circles to know about it, but I guess it's a big thing when you go out to Burning Man, you hit up this dome and you can figure it out.
This is the Mad Max sequel I never watched.
The Orgy Dome's official Instagram page posted this.
Sorry, what? Why does this keep getting weirder?
This is a big thing, literally. It says, our build team worked so hard this past week to erect our lovely place.
Why erect?
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the winds yesterday undid all that labor and wrecked our structure. We are still here and thankfully safe. We hope to gift the playa some workshops and we'll keep you updated.
God, where will Earth's dirtiest humans go to have sex now?
So greasy, dude.
What does the Orgy Dome at Burning Man smell like?
I mean, I've always thought Burning Man must stink.
Yeah.
That has got to be the grossest smelling space in all of planet Earth.
Do you think, did the winds knock it down, or was this an act of God? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I believe in a higher power, but today I think I do.
I don't think there's enough hand sanitizer in the world. You thought COVID was gross.
If you've been to the Orgy Dome, you don't need the vaccine.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We hear all these stories of people getting scammed online all the time. There was that lady who thought she was sending Keanu Reeves a bunch of money like a year ago. This happens all the time. Well, a Japanese woman was swindled out of thousands of dollars after falling in love with who she thought was an astronaut stuck in space.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just, that's crazy.
So the scammer told her that he needed oxygen and he was trying to get his way back to Earth and hoodwinked her around 1 million yen, which works out to around $6,700.
Damn, dude. I mean, like, that's just one of those ones where, like, I understand that people are lonely, and if you get lonely enough, you'll look for connections wherever you can. But you're telling me that we sent an astronaut into space, and the only way they can get home is a random woman in Japan? That doesn't ring any alarm bells?
I mean, I don't know how strong the Japanese, like, Space Commission is or anything like that, so... Maybe it could have been like a reasonable ask.
How did this guy get up there with no plan for oxygen to breathe without this? Who's he getting the oxygen from? He's taking her yen and calling Amazon. Can you deliver?
It is a terrible thing to laugh at because it's an old lady who's being taken advantage of. But then at the same time, it's just like her looking out her window being like, "Spaceman, oh spaceman."
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently, you should never try and hug Sebastian Bach, or at least ask him if you can have a hug. He absolutely lost it on this girl at a concert recently. Listen to this.
Get her the out of here. She comes up while I'm talking to my wife saying, "Hey, can Sebastian give me a hug? I'm not a fucking monkey. Get your fucking ugly ass the out of here. Get her the out of here." Ready for the next one?
That's the best part.
Ready for the next one?
He goes on this insane, unhinged rant accosting a woman for having the audacity to be a fan of him and his music, and then turns to the band and is like, "All right, play the hits."
Don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, if a stranger just came up to you and was like, "Can I have a hug?" You'd be like, what the hell? No?
Well,
Like,
that's just it. I think that's where the end of the conversation goes. Some people are huggers. Some people like that. Some people would be like, "Yeah, come on and give me a hug." If that's not you, go to no thanks. And that's it.
I just wonder, did she do something in the crowd? Did she kept like gesturing for a hug? Like,
Well, that because he's saying like she tried to come up and ask for a hug. Again, ask for a hug.
I don't think she deserved to get kicked out.
While I was talking to my wife, which means it was before he was on stage. It was before the show. So he's just been stewing all night about this.
Maybe it started an argument with his missus.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were backstage and she's like, "Who's that?
Who's trying to hug you?
Who's that?
You just out here on the road hugging
Sebastian,
girls?
I thought we were done with this kind of behavior, you know?" It just is ironic to see a guy be such a bully on stage when he had such a great line like this in Trailer Park Boys.
You don't even know that nobody even likes bullies like you. Dance, motherfucker.
Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Samsung has announced that they are rolling out new software for their smart refrigerators.
I saw this and I couldn't be more furious. I don't even own one.
The ad will bring up the update rather will bring advertisements to your refrigerator.
So these are the ones, if you've been to the store, maybe you even own one. They're the fridges that have like the tablet screen kind of built into, and you can make notes and keep track of what's in the fridge. There's cameras and all this really cool tech. And now, if you want to see how many eggs you have left, you'll just have to sit through a 30-second ad.
They basically say that the ads will be like on display when it's an idle, so just sitting in your kitchen, there could be like a Bet365 commercial or Kevin Hart from MGM, whatever.
Like, it's crazy because we're not renting these fridges, right? I get the idea of like, we'll put a fridge in your home and turn it into a billboard and you'll get savings. But you paid full price to have this thing in your house.
I still don't understand why we need displays on our refrigerators in the first place, but it is crazy to think one day you're going to have to skip an ad before opening your fridge because you didn't get the Samsung Fridge Plus.
You know what, though? If they lock the fridge behind ads, might be good for people like me with poor impulse control. Oh, you want a snack? You have to sit through a 60-second ad. All of a sudden, I'm not hungry and I'm thin again.
You'll find a way in.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So we've all heard of the beer mile before.
Yes.
But have you heard of the Taco Bell 50K?
A 50K?
Apparently coming up in Denver. They do this every year. It's an ultra marathon.
Okay.
Where all contestants in the ultra marathon have to stop and eat at 10 different Taco Bell locations along the way.
But why? That sounds awful.
It sounds like a Jackass skit, doesn't it?
Brother, you could tell me that my punishment for some unforetold crime is either running 50K or eating at 9 consecutive Taco Bells. But putting them together in one event is cruel and unusual punishment.
So what they have to do is, like I said, they have to stop by these various Taco Bells along the way, and each Taco Bell has like a designated food item. So say whatever stop one is your Crunchwrap Supreme, next is a Chalupa Bean Burrito, so on and so forth,
sure.
Whatever, right? You have to keep your receipt at the end to prove that you did it all. But it's like... So many people, they better have porta potties along the way because so many people are going to be dying.
Have to assume bathrooms are going to be jammed up in Taco Bells all across the city. Also love the idea of like, obviously this is one of those things where like, it's an honor just to compete sort of thing, but like people are competitive. People are going to want to win. Imagine like your card getting declined and that's why you fell from first to fifth place.
I'm just laughing at the idea of, like, you know, they have the water people on the sides of these marathons.
Oh, they'll hand you a little Dixie cup of hydration.
Just like little Baja Blast they're throwing in your face as you keep
guys
going.
Are pouring it on their head. They're just sticky. And
handing out little packets of fire sauce.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is pretty wild stuff. The Auditor General recently said yesterday that CRA call centers provide inaccurate, delayed services, 17% accuracy, and 18% timely responses.
What shocking information to find on this random Thursday of our lives.
So based on this study they did, the CRA last year had 32 million calls received and just over 10 million were actually connected to an agent.
Imagine if you only did your job 1/3 of the time. Like imagine if our show is 5 days a week, if randomly, without any notice, we stopped doing all but maybe 2 shows every week and just came in when we felt like it. That is a government agency designed to help people. That's what they're doing.
It says that the CRA's target is a 15-minute wait. They claim that the average wait time is 31 minutes. I'm calling a lie on that.
Well, so that just means that like once every 6 months, someone calls through and gets right into a person, and that averages out all the rest of us who spend an hour minimum on the phone.
They said this past June, only 5% of calls met the service standard.
Honestly, if I'm being honest, 5% sounds high. As someone who's called CRA on more than one occasion, you're telling me 5% of people had a good time? Doubt it.
You know, there's a lot of businesses that you drive around in town and you're like, I feel like that's a front. I never see anybody go in there.
No one ever goes in that restaurant. No one's ever gone into that store. The CRA is a front.
The CRA is a front, guys.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I want to see if you can finish this headline here, Dalby.
Okay. I never get these right.
Women rushing to pick up blank arrested for driving 107 miles an hour.
Is it kids?
Not kids.
Boyfriend? Date? Significant other?
No.
Is it booze? Trying to get
Not booze.
Trying to get to the store before it closes? Ooh, I'm on the right track. You got that look in your eyes.
It's not booze.
Is it pizza? It's pizza!
It was pizza.
I got one!
It's a Florida woman. She was arrested for driving 107 miles an hour in a 55 miles an hour zone.
God!
She claims that she was speeding because she wanted to arrive at Little Caesars before it closed.
Lady, it's hot and ready. They'll be there when you get there. It's fine.
It was 11:57 and they closed at midnight.
I mean, that's on you, lady. Get your cravings 5 minutes early.
There's no way that's true. That's got to be an alibi, right? Like, nobody loves Little Caesars that much.
She was doing a Pop Evil song. She was doing 155 because she was so down for pizza.
It says it was a Kia Forte, which I'm honestly impressed she got the car up to that fast, too.
I was going to say, as somebody who drove a Kia Rio for about a year, I am now more skeptical.
Now, I'll say this. If she was delivering the pizza... It's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, well, no, I mean, listen, 30 minutes or it's free means it's coming out of the delivery driver's salary, so that I understand.
I respect the hustle.
That's when you risk it for the biscuit. But if you're just order DoorDash, when you get someone else to bring it to you.
I feel like Little Caesars is the kind of thing that you're like,
Almost every Little Caesars I've ever gotten is because I was in my car and saw a Little Caesars, not because I was fast and furious across town.
Willing to risk it all.
Crazy bread in 60
Imagine
seconds.
if she had killed someone and saying that in court. Have you had the crazy bread, though?
So what are you in for?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
According to a new study from the University of Arkansas, they found that urban raccoons have snouts at about 3.5% shorter than rural ones. They say this is a key trait to early domestication.
Oh, okay. So we already see people making raccoons into pets, but you're saying evolution-wise, we may be seeing them on a more full-time, frequent basis.
Exactly. The researchers suggest that living around humans, relying on our trash, basically, favors the raccoons that are calmer and more tolerant, which is encouraging these traits associated with tameness as being around us and our junk, you know?
Can I say two things? One, I love that it's somebody's job to measure raccoon snouts to look for this information. And two, I know you have been outspoken in the past that people should not keep raccoons as pets. It's a bad idea. But if they become domesticated, they're pretty friggin' cute.
They are cute. And, I have said before, when you go camping, don't feed the raccoons all this stuff.
Yeah.
I take it all back.
Feed them as much as you can.
People keep saying that our world is dying. We've got global warming and everything. If we domesticate the raccoons, maybe if everybody has a raccoon, we have like a compost garden. People have compost gardens.
Yeah.
You just have a trash garden in the back there.
Right.
And you keep it with your raccoons. They eat up all the trash, save the environment.
Right. Or even in a bad situation, people will train crows to bring them treats because crows are very smart. Imagine the world goes to hell, more so than currently, and you have a scavenger out there bringing food back for the whole family.
I ain't eating that, bro.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
China is trying to encourage people to have more kids. They've actually introduced a new tax on, contraceptives.
Okay.
They're saying if they make them more expensive, maybe that'll make people just want to have kids instead.
I get the idea, right? It's the whole idea, like they put taxes on alcohol and cigarettes and sugary foods to try and get you to not use them. Why would it not work with condoms? But I think the problem is that whatever the tax is on condoms, it's probably still less than the cost of raising a child.
And as we all know, anyone who is too cheap to buy a rubber makes for the best parent, right?
Yeah. Having kids shouldn't be a financial decision.
It's crazy because there was something in the summertime. What was it? They were offering people like $1,500 if they were willing to have a kid, and then an extra $500 for every kid that they would have.
Yeah, a lot of cash-based, financial-based incentives to try and boost the population.
There was another one a few years ago that if you work for the government, it's mandatory to have 2 to 3 kids, which is one of the better paying jobs in their country.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So they're trying to give people like all these reasons to want to have kids, but I don't think it's going to persuade anyone.
At the end of the day, it's still got to be a decision between 2 people that makes sense for their life, that works for their life. And just being like, well, if you want to use condoms, it's going to cost you a few extra cents.
I'll say this. If the government came to me and was like, I will give you free housing, you don't have to pay taxes or anything. If they gave you a free life, then yeah, sure, why not?
Well, that's just it. The incentive has to be worth, again, if you're making your childbearing decisions based on finances, it's expensive to raise a kid. So the government, if they really want, they need to basically subsidize your children.
If the government says we will raise your child for you, then yeah, you can have it.
You can get child support from the government, then yeah, maybe people will change their mind.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
One of the biggest shows on Netflix right now is the Diddy documentary that recently came out. 50 Cent is the executive producer. Apparently he had these tapes stashed away and he'd been working on it for a while.
I've seen him doing interviews, and they'll, like, ask him, like, so where did you get the footage? Or does Diddy's legal team know about this footage before it came out? And he would always just, like, look at the camera like Jim from The Office and just smile and be like, I don't know.
Well, the best part is any interview that you're seeing of 50 Cent talk about this documentary, he's only doing it on ABC. And the reason he's doing it on ABC is because he learned that ABC is the only network that they will show in prisons across the United States.
And he wants Sean Combs to see what he's saying about
Exactly.
So crazy, so petty, but also, I love it.
He's a genius, and he's been talking about Diddy, and he's been talking about all this stuff that's in the documentary and all the stuff that's came in the news in interviews for years.
Oh, yeah, he was never shy about how he felt about the man.
And he's only worked with Diddy one time. I guess Diddy hopped on a remix of his song, I Get Money.
Okay.
And it's recently come out in the past few weeks that he wrote the verse for Diddy on this song, which is essentially a confession if you listen to it now.
Bo knows, but Diddy did it. Cars, jewelry, and big homes, yeah, Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beach, yeah, Diddy did it. But my lawyer's so good that Diddy gotta quit.
Your Honor, I'd like to Exhibit A put into evidence.
I just love the idea that he wrote that out for him, and he's like, yeah, I'll say that.
I'll put you on a song so long as you confess to crime.
I don't know if it's ignorance, confidence, or stupidity, or a combination of all three.
All of the above, Your Honor.
Oh, that's a triple play.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The FIFA World Cup is coming up next summer, and they have announced that they are going to implement a 3-minute hydration break during each half of every match.
I mean, I get it makes sense, right? You got to stay hydrated. You got to stay healthy out there. You wouldn't want to pull a hammy or something.
It's funny because I don't know exactly how this is going to work. So it's supposed to be a pause at the 22-minute mark of each half to allow the players to get some water, which, you know, makes sense. It's going to be hot next summer or whatever.
Sure.
But if someone's on like a clear break, are they going to pull the whistle?
Well, soccer is notorious for being very kind of willy-nilly with the time. Like, even at the end of every half,
there's the extra time.
The extra time. Penalties, they don't always call them right away. Like, soccer actually does it right in letting the game dictate where the breaks are. But it would be hilarious to see a player on a clear run for a chance to score. They're like, water break, stop.
You know what would be funny is if it wasn't a water break, if it was a watermelon break. They just went full little kid on the World Cup.
It's orange slices for everybody.
Yeah. One kid's mom from each country. Each game has to cut up watermelons and orange slices.
They could show them on the side at about the 20-minute mark, and they're just chopping away. Are they going to be ready in time? We don't know.
A lot of these teams aren't going to do squat at the World Cup, but their moms could be the MVP.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Some kids in Portland are not getting gifts from the North Pole, but rather from a stripper's pole.
Excuse me?
Over the past 14 years in Portland, Oregon, there have been strippers in the area that have, check this out, donated over $183,000 worth of toys to a local children's hospital.
Wow.
They just had their 15th annual event on Tuesday. They call it Tatas for Toys.
Love that.
$60,000 in donations on Tuesday night there. Which is
mostly in singles.
Which is a genius idea, though. I mean, it's a great excuse for people to be like, hey, I want to go to the strip club tonight. Right. I'm not being a perv. I'm just helping out the kids.
That's right. Normally we go, oh, no, I'm allowed to eat a cheeseburger today. It's for charity. Imagine how much further you could go for this.
Right? You get a couple drinks and some people. I bet you there's people that would never go to a strip club that are just going for this event.
My only concern is how many dads grabbed something from under their kid's Christmas tree to bring down and donate to the event. Are we just moving these toys from one kid to another?
You know what would have been awesome, actually, is you know how like every junior hockey team does the teddy bear toss?
Yeah.
If they had done that at the Peelers.
Just standing for the back row, toys come flying in at the stage. That poor girl's going to get hit.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Something I'm excited to talk about in next year's Year in Review already is Donald Trump making this announcement yesterday.
We will host the first ever Patriot Games, an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory.
Some people comparing it to the Hunger Games.
I mean, that's what it is. You're taking a young man and a young woman from each state or district, if you read the books or watched the movies, and having them compete in direct contact. The only thing we don't know is how many of them will die.
I think it's mainly just going to be like decathlon, like Olympic style event kind of stuff.
Yeah, running, jumping, lifting, throwing.
Which I am excited to see. Like if you get like 2 people from each state, you're going to get a lot of different looks of people out there.
Absolutely. But the real question is, what happens to the state that comes in last place? Do they get evicted from the U.S.?
What are the consequences? I'm just interested to see the people that Florida's bringing out, you know?
Oh, God, that should be interesting at best. Just like, do you go for like your best, your most athletic? Do you go for like the most cagey? Are we wrestling gators to get a spot on the team? What are we doing in Florida?
Mm-hmm. What's the prize too? Like what do they get?
Yeah, I guess I'm making jokes about what happens if you lose, but like, is it just going to be like a trophy and a handshake with the president? Is that what we're playing for here? Or I don't know. I'm very curious to see. Can we send someone from Canada? He wants us to be the 51st state. Do we get to compete in this?
You know what? That would be unreal if we get to send one Canadian out there and then just shut them up forever.
That would be. You thought the Four Nations Cup was bad for American morale. Imagine if we won the Patriot Games.
Start a whole war, dude.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.